I joined Safaricom in July of 2015. I was here for 4 years, 2 months to be precise. My first role at Safaricom was the Senior HRBP for Technology, a role that I did for 3 years and 6 months, so 3.5 years. After that, I had the opportunity to do another HRBP role, this time around supporting Enterprise Business Unit, Financial Services, and also Business Development. My journey returning back, I wouldn't say is easier. I would just say it's very different from the first time when I came. The difference this time around is I had to show what would I do differently, right? As opposed to can you really do the role, but it's what more can you bring to the table for the role that I was being hired for. So that would be the difference around my first journey coming to Safaricom and then coming back as a returning. What made me want to come back to Safaricom is one, the mission that Safaricom has to be a purpose-led technology organization by 2025. I think that's a mission that definitely resonates with me. I do enjoy being in technology. I enjoy the pace in technology, the innovation that comes with it. And if there's one organization that's definitely doing fantastic things when it comes to technology in the country, it's actually Safaricom. What I love about my job is one, the fact that definitely I get an opportunity to contribute directly to the mission of the organization. And the second thing I love about my job is, to be honest, the opportunity to also balance working from home and working from the office. And I think when you're outside, you don't realize how that enables you to do many things. To one, be very deliberate about how you deliver your work, but also to be able to balance work out of work and life, you know? So for me, those are two things that I definitely enjoy about one, working at Safaricom, but also about my role. One of the challenges that I've had coming back into Safaricom, one of them is actually quite funny for me because I thought I was this person who was used to working virtually and remotely with teams. And then I come back, and because my most recent role was actually a fully in-person role, so I had completely forgotten this, you know, how you work with people remotely, virtually. And coming back, I always used to ask for people to meet me in person. So I'd send an invite and I would put a meeting room to meet with somebody and they're like, where's the virtual option? So I really did struggle with acclimatizing with the fact that right now you actually have options to do remote meetings and to do in-person meetings. So those would be some of the challenges that I would say have been for me having transitioned back. The lessons I'm bringing back, having been away from Safaricom and coming back, one of them is I had the opportunity to lead large teams, and for me that enabled me to be able to work a lot more through other people directly, and it has enabled me to also be able to work with cross-country teams, because one of the roles that I held was a global role, and I was able to work with people in multiple countries in Africa but also in the US. So I brought back that experience of being able to work with diverse teams. It has enabled me to expand my HR experience in both a depth perspective, but also a breadth perspective. And there's something about just working in other cultures. So even in the way I look at stakeholders, the way I manage stakeholders is definitely different. What does purpose mean to me and how I embody that in my current role? For me, my purpose is to enable others realize the potential in themselves. And it's not just people, it could be teams, but also an organization. And when I think of my purpose, for me, the image that comes to mind is the wick of a candle. And the reason the wick of a candle comes to mind is it's so small, but can be so powerful. So for me, when I think of my purpose, I think of how can I light up somebody else, enable them to realize their potential, and in that way they're able to light up a room. Safaricom is a great place to work, and I'm not just saying that, it's true. And sometimes when you're within, you don't see that. Honestly, this is a great place to work.